Hi, Michael James again. So in the last video, we had a go at this really difficult Scrum assessment question that was put to me from my Facebook group. So thanks for sending that in. What we're going to do is we're going to have a look at the answers. Hopefully in the previous video, you put down in the comments which ones you thought were the correct answers, the two best answers. And what we're going to do now is have a look at it. I've made some notes and some thoughts about this one because it is quite a difficult one. So I'm going to read my notes basically and explain which ones I think are the correct. So right off the bat, I'm going to say that the first and the second one are the two best answers. So let's go through each one in turn, top to bottom, and explain why that is. So yeah, the two best answers for potential issues arising from a director of a department taking a role as a developer are firstly the confusion and blurred lines of accountability from the director who's actually a member of the Scrum team as a developer. So the director may struggle to balance their leadership responsibilities with their role as a director. As a developer. So on the one hand, they've got their leadership director responsibilities, and then they've also got their development responsibilities. So that's a problem for them right there. That's two roles basically, isn't it? So they're gonna have to be working extremely hard to be extremely good at what they do to be able to get through those two amounts of work. And what it can do with, you see, in the Scrum team, you don't really want the hierarchies. It's the idea that everybody works together as a self-managed and self-organized team. So having somebody so senior as a developer is going to lead to ambiguity in authority and decision-making processes and role expectations. And this is going to potentially cause confusion within the team, as they might not know when the director's being a director or when the director's acting as a peer to them as a developer. So that one definitely is an issue. The second one, reducing transparency and openness within the team. So this kind of leads on from the first one. The team members may hesitate to raise concerns, to provide honest feedback, fearing repercussions due to the director's position in the hierarchy. You've got somebody of authority, somebody very senior. It is probably going to cause a lot of hesitation with certain concerns. It's definitely going to introduce an element of hesitation, let's say. So this undermines the core Scrum value of openness and impedes the effective collaboration and retrospective processes as well. Now, of course, in the retrospective, we do have tools that we can use to have anonymous feedback, and that's really important for that reason. The fact of the matter is, when we're at work, it's all good to say that we've got a Scrum team and we're all self-organized and self-managed and we don't have hierarchies, but the reality is we have senior developers, we have junior developers, there are hierarchies. Even if we don't have the job titles like that, there are certain people that have been there longer or more respected. It's just human nature in groups. And when it comes to the retrospective, there are people that are more shy and there's people that are more confident, etc. So having the option of anonymous feedback through one of these retrospective tools, which I teach in my courses, I think is a really valuable tool to have to actually help people that get over that hesitation in putting feedback across. So those are the two that I picked. Those concerns are critical because they interfere with Scrum's emphasis on self-organizing teams and equality amongst the team members. So balancing authority with team members is challenging at the best of times, and this can impact the team dynamics and performance negatively. Okay, let's have a look at the other options then. So number 3 was an increased risk of micromanagement and stifled creativity, essentially. So whilst micromanagement and reduced team authority are real risks, when a leader joins a Scrum team, this scenario depends on the director's behavior. So it's up to the director and how they manage this. They might actually be very good at managing it. We don't know. We don't know that from the information that's provided in the question. So a director with agile training may be able to avoid micromanaging and instead contribute effectively as a developer. So that risk is situational and not inherent, as blurred accountability and reduced transparency are. So basically, the other two are a better answer than this one, just because you know, maybe the director is very good at being able to not be a micromanager when they're working with as a developer in the Scrum team. Having a look at number 4, potential disruption to team dynamics and collaboration, as a director's authority may overshadow the contributions and perspectives of other team members. This overlaps with the first one, but it's a bit more broad and a bit more generic. So the first one was more about precisely saying about the director struggling to balance their responsibilities as a leader and a team member. And this one's a bit more, same kind of thing really, but a bit more broad. And with this one, while the director's presence could disrupt the team's dynamics, the primary issue is the role conflict and its consequences, which is better outlined in option 1. Okay, so the next one, 5. This is about difficulty in providing unbiased feedback and evaluation. So it's a valid concern, but it assumes that the director will also evaluate the team's performance, which isn't necessarily part of their role as a developer. Now, it might be the role as a director, but it doesn't say that in the question. We don't know if this director is even a director of their department. There could be a director of a different department completely. So we don't know if there's going to be any evaluation of the team's performance from this particular director. So we just don't know with the information that we've got in this particular question. So number 5 is not quite as specific and therefore not quite as good an answer. Number 6, so lack of impartiality and potential conflicts of interest. Conflicts of interest are possible if the director prioritizes departmental goals over the team goals, but this is again a bit more indirect and less likely an issue than what we pointed out for options 1 and 2. Scrum mechanisms like the retrospective will aim to identify and mitigate such conflicts anyway, so that makes this particular issue secondary. So the first and second one really stand out because the first one addresses the foundational issue of the role ambiguity, which has cascading effects on decision making and team cohesion. And the second one highlights the detrimental impact on transparency and openness, both critical Scrum values that underpin the Scrum framework's success. So those two really do highlight the root cause of the issue, and therefore they are the two better answers than the others. The others kind of lead on from those particular specific causes. So that's what I got. If you've got a different opinion, it's not an easy question. If you've got a different opinion and you've got want any more clarification on any of this, then hit the comments of this YouTube video and I'll have a look at the comments and see if I can help in the comments as well. So yeah, not an easy question at all. I'm glad somebody submitted it. Thanks for that. I will post this video up on the Facebook group as well. If you've got any other questions that you want me to have a go at answering and explaining, then do so. And if you want to get your Scrum certifications, of course, I've got courses that teach you how to get your Scrum certifications as a Scrum Master and Product Owner from level 1 to level 2. So you can find them on learnmanagementonline.com, or you can also get to the same site through scrumstudent.com, or you can go to Udemy and find my courses on Udemy under Michael James. Thanks for watching. If you want to see more videos like this, then do subscribe. You could go to learnmanagementonline.com as well and go to the tips page in the top menu, and on that tips page I talk about AI because I've got courses on AI as well and career advancement. But in the middle is the Scrum courses, and you can find my playlist for these questions. So I'm going to try and bring out a video like this every week explaining and answering some Scrum questions that you have difficulties with, and what I'll do is I'll just put them in a playlist on YouTube. Okay, I'll leave it there, otherwise it's going to be a long video. So again, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.